Today, I wanted to take my hand at creating new early route Pokemon, such as the regional bird and early rodent. I really hope you enjoy them. Let's start off with the early rodent Pokemon. Now this is based off of the pine marten. Given that it has pine in its name, I figured I should make it a grass type, hence the leaves. At first I made it quite arrogant, but I wanted to sell the idea that it is playful. It's like a little kid playing hide and seek. And yes, that's actually what it's based on. Hide and seek. The little tufts of fur, or leaves on the bottom, will play later on in its evolution, but since they are mostly nocturnal, I thought making them playful would be appealing. It mostly has leaf motifs for now, but its evolution will carry on the ideas later on. But for now, Fenton! If you have any name recommendations for any of my Pokemon, please let me know. But for Fenton here, it is a playful little thing. He jumps and climbs around trees and forests and blends in with the leaves, and when its prey shows up, it jumps down and blends with the bushes. It is friendly, but if you get on its bad side, it will show no mercy. Next up, its evolution. I wanted to first make it more mature. It grew up from a playful, jumpy little guy to a stoic and strong Pokemon with a fierce gaze. This is the first time I've drawn a Pokemon standing up, and now I see why the artists behind Pokemon love doing it so much. It's easier to enunciate its character by a relatable pose and the like. I gave it a leaf scarf. These are those tufts from Fenton that have now sprouted to leaves. Sprouted, okay. And also serve the purpose of keeping it warm in the cold, as it is also an ice type. I thought having an early route ice type would be pretty cool and set off an interesting atmosphere. I also wanted it to use its tails as a weapon of sorts, so I settled for a pine tree-esque tail with even sticks part of it. I gave it its colors, which was pretty easy, and here we have Fenidin. Fen, like a fennel tree. Okay, listen, they are old trees at the end of the day. I know it's not based on that. Hidden, and Martin. I didn't mention much of it, but it is now a hidden ninja. One who took the sports of hide and seek to a whole other professional level. Well, either way, it hides in the snowy forest to sneak on prey. It is a stoic Pokemon, sure to protect a trainer it's grown close to. A reliable ally for beginner trainers. And now we have our early bird Pokemon. A recurring theme in this video is oddly grass type, because I wanted to make a grass type bird too. So you know what? Who cares? So it's based on a turtle, a Hungarian mythological bird that is similar to a falcon who holds a sword. I would have made it a steel type, but then it would have been no different than a corviknight. So I decided to go with a different route. While I didn't have a particular reason to make them grass type, I knew I wanted to incorporate it, so I went with it anyways. I gave it a sword beak and wanted to do something creative with its legs. And while I changed its stilts later, I first focused on refining the details. I decided to make it a little punk who uses its power for no good, and gave it a shield as its wings that it doesn't use, opting for its sword beak instead, which can also be seen like it using its words for disrespectful language. It's too arrogant to become a proper knight. I gave it more motifs to look rebellious and did its line art and finally fixed its legs. I gave it these bushes on its legs to look like chains hanging off boots and colored it in. This is Turfluff. Yes, Turfluff. It uses turl and fluff, and also it rhymes with Sir Fluff. The idea is that it thinks it's menacing, but it's actually really cute and adorable. This Pokemon plays mischief on everyone it sees, and it abuses its sharp beaks for fatal attacks. A group of Turfluff must have a leader, and they always try to one-up another and show off. I really love its name. Now we have its first evolution, which I had a lot of trouble with. It went through several reiterations before coming to the one you see now, and even then, the drawing will be a lot more polished in the final product. This was basically meant to be a stronger, more teenage punk-like Turfluff, fleshing out the concepts without developing them too much. I gave it a longer leaf bush coat and made it more spiky to look even more rugged. He has these tufts of fur that symbolize spikes, but in the end, he still isn't actually all that dark inside. And its shield gets a bit spiky, and his beak becomes less pronounced. He's starting to think of his shield as a weapon that can be used for protecting and attacking, to become a true knight and warrior. And this is Turtuff. Yes, stop looking at me like that. I'll give them whatever name I'd like, but you can still give me some name recommendations. Turtuff is not found in flocks, and in the wild remains alone. Trainers have a difficult time raising them, but if its friendship is high enough, it'll evolve into... Okay, I'm not actually going to reveal its name yet, but this is a friendship evolution after level 32. This Pokemon has finally grown up and now uses its gifts wisely. It has become a true knight, one who protects and fights in a respectable manner. It guards itself with its shield wings, and while it is still punk, it uses that for good too, becoming more like a boxer now with its wing shield type things. I wanted to incorporate the swords that turtles carry in their statues, but I couldn't think of a natural way to incorporate that, so I decided to opt for a sharp claw as a sword instead. I even gave it a beard to show that it has matured and has a lot of experience in life. So finally, this is Turbuff. Okay, listen, this one actually makes sense, okay? Turu can sound like true, meaning it's true buff. It's truly strong. See? I told you I had a reason, right? It's truly strong because now it does it for good. Yeah. Tur buff can be seen protecting its tur fluff from enemies with its shield and whisking them away with its claw. It does not go into unnecessary fights, but it does spar with its young to train. If you want to think of this as a dark type, you can. I really started off with the idea of the line being a redemption for Squawkabilly, and since the one I caught was green, this was my immediate association, so it turned out this way. With all that said and done, what did you think of my new Pokemon? This is the first time I truly created Pokemon with an evolutionary line and theming while trying to think of them as friends that could actually live in the Pokemon world. I hope to work on my craft and improve to truly create Pokemon that you, the viewer, can truly wish was on your team. With that said, please have a wonderful day, and bye!